our mind, we are so disconnected, mind to body, in this day and time right now. And this is a gem for everyone here, my friends. Resistance, getting in your own way, only occurs from not being connected and firing on all levels. Resistance, fear, doubt, these paradigms that we weave in our mind and then like sabotage our reality with. These things are only weaved because we are disconnected from an embodied place, from a place where we are deep in our being. We're connected to our essence, right? So that, like, the mind might still play out its things, but, the best way to transmute the mind is through the body. If we're connected to our heart, right, we're feeling our body, we're in our body, our mind is our body. It's singular, it's one. And if we want to work on getting out of our own way, if we feel like we're blocking ourselves at every fucking step of the journey, which I've felt at many different times, the war of resistance, it's about alignment and embodiment, like breathing into peace, letting things go, letting all these programs stop and restart, and finding a deeper center inside of us. And like moving and thinking with our body, right? Thinking, being with our heart, being with our whole being, And instead of like telling ourselves or thinking about what we should do, right? It's a more embodied flow. It's more singular. It's not like thought, reaction to thought, tell yourself you could do it, resistance to doing it. It's more subtle than that, You know what I'm saying here? And like that's the first way I would say to get out of your own way, is to get in your body, get connected to your heart. And secondly, my friends, stop forcing things. Here's the thing about alignment. It's not the most exciting. It's not the most fun, like at times. Although it leads to like these states of euphoria and awareness and connection. We're just like, oh my God, I just want to be in alignment at all times. The thing about alignment, my friends, is it's not exciting, And when we're having like thoughts that we're like really excited about or really opposed to, alignment's in between. It's more so like, let me let go of all this like unconnected, ungrounded thinking and get back into my center, get back into me and show up with connected to my deepest essence, like holding to my deepest realization right now and just showing up to the moment. You see, my friends, the moment holds all. Like to-do lists and all these things, they're so old school. It's so fucking yesterday. That was before like the consciousness fucking ceiling was taken apart. It's not about thinking and forcing your way through life, forcing, love into your life, forcing abundance into your life. It's about learning the lesson and sitting where you are, right? My friends, when we learn the lesson and we communicate to the universe through our thoughts, right, our commitment and our actions, change is inevitable. A level up just happens. Leveling up doesn't happen by becoming something more. It happens by unbecoming, by undoing all the bullshit we've done to ourselves. You see, my friends, the war in resistance, the war of getting in our own way, the war with your shadow. There's a time and a place for growth, for planting new seeds into your mind and into your being all the time. Definitely plant your garden well. But transformation ultimately unfolds after building potential energy, building aspiration, planting good seeds, like trying over and over and over and over, right? And learning greater, the dynamic of what it's going to take, the layers to shed in unbecoming. Unbecoming equals transformation. When we can let go of something, right? Because we have trust and faith in the life, well-being, and fulfillment that exists on the other side. My friends, reality can be so beautiful. I want you to think back of a time in the recent past, maybe like in the past 6 months, where you felt like exaltation. You felt really connected, like you were right where you're supposed to be in this time and space, right? That everything was going, like you understood, oh my God, that's why I had to go through all this shit, right? We have to realize that fear, anxiety, all these like lower paradigms of being exist because we lack the information and understanding of what's going on out here, right? Feeling pain, when we're feeling fear, like at this point in my path, I'm gaining like a deep understanding and trust that I just know when shit hits the fan, which it does on this ebb and flow, on a bi-weekly basis almost, it seems like. Yeah, just that's at the rate I'm traveling at right now. Like the deeper I can sit with the pain, with the darkness, with the apathy, the depression, with the sadness, with the fear, the deeper I can sit inside of that, trusting this is aligned on my path for divine reason. Everything aligning onto my path is happening in support of the highest reality and highest unfoldment of me, right? It just exists in the other side. If we can sit there, not run from it, not react to it, not want to go, like, really just sit there and feel it fully. Don't overindulge in it. You can overindulge into like feeling your own self-pity and misery, but literally sitting there in your alignment and just letting it flow through, the deeper we can do that, right, the greater it opens the door for transmutation and energy into the light, right? The more we can let go, like, if you just go out and do a fast for like 3 days and you let go of a lot of indulgences, maybe you don't bring your phone. It's a really hard thing to do, right? And like a lot of the time it's gonna feel like we're not stimulating ourselves anymore. We're not compensating. We're not walking on crutches anymore. And it feels like reality is so dull. But here's the thing, is that's just the barriers between you and reality being peeled away. Reality itself holds so much. But when we're not feeling it, in the short term, then we react and we make moves to try to feel it more. And that further loses our balance. What we desire and what we are opposed to. This is that polarity aspect, right? Moving on what you desire and trying to satisfy or gratify yourself in any way is the opposite of pursuit of happiness and fulfillment. It is not about moving on your desires. It is about realizing what the moment holds right now and not being polarized to it, because it might hold something uncomfortable. But here's the thing, true inspiration comes from the transmutation of deeper feelings that we're feeling. Unfoldment occurs when we allow ourselves to be more us, right? And it's like, yeah, that's just the fuel for the alchemist. The darkness is the fuel for the alchemist. And here's the thing, if you're looking for, like, if you're in a low place, or you've been struggling through a lot, or maybe you're just lacking inspiration, you're lacking a lot of mojo or jazz, dig deep, my friends. Go find your fears. Go find, that point inside of you where you can't get below, where you can't breathe deeper. Like, go really feel into yourself, feel into your childhood, feel into like what's going on around here, right? And like, be honest, be real, right? Invite the fruitful darkness in. It's an amazing thing. It's such a like a crazy idea, because like if we want to like be more creative, more productive, like build more power, more energy or something, we often feel like we need to go forward. But reduction is production, my friends. Removing the shit that is not in alignment with that, right?